Hello, welcome to Audrey's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making spinach pie. Now this is my own recipe. I know Greeks have their own spinach pie. It's absolutely delicious. But this one is a little bit more, I made it more simpler so I can, cook it whenever I want, not just a holiday. So I have the phyllo dough already defrosting on the counter. Now we're going to get started with the filling. Okay, so in the frying pan, heat up some olive oil, a few tablespoons. I started cutting up. I have 2 small onions, 1 large would be fine. Just want to cut them a little small. Okay, so we're going to just throw the onions in and get that started. Also, I have about 5 cloves of garlic, but some aren't that big, so I mean all you need is about 3 cloves, big cloves of garlic. Depends if you like garlic. We like it, so I don't mind adding more. Let's move over here. So onion and garlic is in. Now once that starts sauteing, we're going to add our spinach. Now this can is 1 pound and 11 ounces, 27 ounces in total. I used 3 cans. I squeezed all the liquid out as much as I can get, and 3 cans filled this one to the top. So they put a lot of water, which they didn't, but. So then we'll start sauteing that as soon as the onions get a little translucent. I'm going to go ahead and just add some salt and pepper, just a nice big pinch. And a little pepper. Gonna add a little bit more oil. It's drying up in the pan. A couple tablespoons at a time when you need it. Okay, now they're nice and translucent. You don't want to burn the garlic, so we're going to add in the spinach now. I guess that this was 3 cans. Okay. So any liquid that was left over, this here will take some of it out. We don't want it wet, and we don't want it too dry, so just nice and moist, because we don't want the phyllo dough to get soggy. So we're just going to keep turning that. And then when that's good, all warmed through and not as moist, then we're going to add a full stick of cream cheese. We're going to try to cube it up as best we can, and we're going to add that in. And then the feta cheese, this is 1 pound, so we're going to do half. And then we're going to crumble it up, and we're going to put it all in with the spinach. Okay, let's do it. So we'll go ahead and we'll try our best to cube this up. It's all going to melt and get nice and incorporated into the spinach. Okay, now let's try to get it in here. Okay. Let's try to incorporate this in. Now the pan is getting dry again, so you're not going to be adding any more oil, because you'll see in a little while we're going to be adding olive oil to the phyllo dough, so we don't want this to be greasy at all. So it's dry, and that's fine, because now the cream cheese is going to melt and add a little bit of moisture, like it's doing right now. Okay. Let me just get a clean knife. So like I said, we're going to be using half of the feta cheese. Oh, a little wet. Okay, here's half a pound of feta, so we're just going to break it up to nice sized crumbles. You don't want to make it too fine, because it's nice to have some chunks of feta in the spinach pie. And the rest of that feta is going on top of some salads, so none of it goes to waste. Love feta cheese, especially on salad. Alright, let's try to incorporate this as best as we can, because this is it as far as the filling goes. messy. Okay, you can shut the heat off, pull it off the heat, and just try to still mix it, get it incorporated, especially the cream cheese. Not so much the feta cheese, because like I said, you want it a little chunky. Okay. Alright. So this is going to cool down a bit, and then we're going to go and assemble a spinach pie. Be right back. Okay, so now we're going to assemble our spinach pie. Let's just put a little olive oil at the bottom. Brush that in. Scrub the sides. Now you're going to have to do this with every layer. Phyllo dough isn't my favorite thing to work with. As you can see, it's breaking up because it was waiting out too long, so it dried up. So we're just going to take as much as we can. A couple of sheets at a time. Try to fix it into the pan. It'll all work out in the end. Looks a mess right now. First couple of layers broke apart. So now that's one layer. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get the olive oil as much as you can. The first layer is always hard, especially when they break. But we'll grab a few more sheets. This one's a better one. So now we have to save enough for the top, which there's always plenty. So, okay, so now that's in. Now we're gonna, again, just brush the olive oil. Now with phyllo dough, you gotta kind of work a little fast because it dries up so quickly. But if I was doing a dessert with phyllo dough, I would be brushing this with melted butter. But because we're making a spinach pie, we're using the olive oil. Okay. So we'll grab a few more sheets. Put it in. The oven is preheating to 375. Let's brush it with some more oil. You may think with brushing this with all this olive oil that it would become very greasy, but it really doesn't. It actually works out very well. Alright, so that's the bottom. So now let me get the top. Alright, let's do the filling. And then we'll grab the top. This might be still a little warm, but that's okay. It's going right in the oven. Okay. Okay. Now let's spread this out. Nice big piece with a salad. Oh, it makes such a wonderful meal. Love, love, love spinach pie. Okay, so that's it. Now we're going to take a few sheets. Okay. Cover the top. Don't worry about this excess yet. Okay, brush the top with olive oil. Okay. These are all the little pieces that broke. I'll just throw them on there. Don't want it to go to waste. Let's put a little olive oil on this. Because it's so dry, it really needs the olive oil just to stay together as a whole piece. Okay. Little crumbs. And then our final piece. Now with this final piece here, all this excess, I'm just going to fold it in. Just fold it in. Okay. Press it down. Okay, now we're going to cover the whole top again with olive oil. It's just really so easy to make. It looks very intimidating when you want to go and make it. I looked up recipes a long time ago and it just looked so difficult for some reason. So I changed a few ingredients and now I made it at least easier for me to make, and at least I get to enjoy it more often. Alright, so before it goes into the oven, we have to actually cut it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 rows. Cut it in half. Now we're only really looking to cut the top. You could go all the way down, but not to worry if you didn't cut all the way through to the bottom. Now here's where you're going to decide how big you want them, which I would normally just put 2 more slices. but we're going to go a little smaller today. And then this is going to go into an oven. It's preheated at 375 for about a half hour to 45 minutes, depending on your oven. My oven is electric, so I don't know if you have gas, propane, if it will differ on the time. But until it's nice and golden brown. I mean, really nice and golden brown. So I'm going to pop this in the oven, and we'll get back to you. And the spinach pie is all ready. I let it cool for a few minutes, very hot. So let's take a look and I'll show you how it is. Okay. Look at that. Now that is a beautiful spinach pie. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you make yourself a spinach pie. I've made this recipe very easy to follow. You can make it any day of the week, not just for a holiday. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.